Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year as we have the first major portal of change happening through an eclipse. Now that occurs on the 20th of April, and it actually enters us all into Aries season, which is about being really passionate, intense, going after your goals and dreams at highest speed. And many, many years ago, of course, eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge your intentions that you've already set. And especially as this is a new moon eclipse, in the sign of Aries, it actually makes things happen faster. It's a very unique opportunity because we do have a second moon in Aries in a row. It's the second moon to appear in the sign of Aries in a row. So that actually gives you that go-getting spirit, that tenacious focus to get stuff done. Now, as this new moon also communes with Pluto, anything that's been troubling you, anything that's been on your mind, or anything that's inauthentic in your world is actually broken down and released. So it's a great opportunity to declutter and detox your body, mind, soul, and your home space as well. Now, it's not all plain sailing this month, of course. We do have a very pressurized energy, a lot of multitasking. You're going to be very busy, but it is important to set out some quiet time to get some rest and also some peace of mind, okay? Now, also, I just want you to be aware that this double moon in the sign of Aries actually often indicates a time of second chances. So it's an opportunity to revisit a hobby that you've lost touch with, or a project that you haven't finished yet, a book that you mean to complete, an area of your life that you want to reconnect to, maybe some travel plans that perhaps you've got on the back burner just waiting to action, or simply rediscovering parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, okay? There's that card of introspection there for you as well. Now, I do have to say that Mercury retrogrades. Nobody likes to hear that. Mercury is retrograding from the 21st of April, and it's actually in the sign of Taurus. So this can bring major miscommunication when it comes to regards of money, okay? So let's put it this way. It's a good time to look at your budget, but also it's a great time to make sure your investments are safe against any economic fluctuations. Now, this message has been coming up a lot in all of my readings prior to March 2023. So I think just before we moved into the new year, it's been coming up in the energy to protect your finances, make sure that you safeguard those finances, and if your financial institutions are linked in some way, it's important to disconnect or have your finances in one establishment that is not linked to the other, so that you are actually insured, okay? So there is a little bit more bumpy energy happening in the economic sector. It will level itself out a little bit, but then it does take a bit of a turn. So just watch out for that. I see that you're putting yourself in a really good position. You got the 10 of Pentacles here, so that means a lot more wealth, abundance, but also that you are being very clever about using your knowledge to protect what you've already worked really hard for. I actually see with the Six of Swords, you're protected and redirected. So I feel like you're actually in a really good position, okay? Now, also in terms of your personal development, your fourth house is influencing you during this first half of April, shall we say. Now, that's all about the home space, the family unit. So you'll be making sure, of course, that your family are okay. You may be connecting to siblings or to family members in a little bit of a deeper way. Also, you may be looking at where you feel like you belong, the home space, and decluttering the home space. You may feel really compelled to do projects around the house or finish what you've started. You may restore parts of your house or even do a little bit of DIY in the terms of painting or restructuring the home space in some way. But it's mainly about you and where you feel like you belong, as I said. So some of you may be looking at relocating or looking at different parts of the world where you feel compelled to travel to or even settle in. So if you're retired, you may think about moving abroad and really connecting to a place that you feel called to settle down in. Also, your 10th house of ambition is starred for you this month as well. That's the latter part of the month. And it really indicates that you are going to be, of course, very busy, very productive, doing things that you really love doing. You're going to get stuff done. Also, this house actually connects to your reputation, making your mark in the world. And, so if you're in a creative endeavor right now, this is really about standing out from the crowd, being noticed for what you do. You're very gifted, very talented at what you do. So I definitely see you being rewarded financially for everything that you've been working hard to achieve. And if you are retired, then I definitely see you picking up some sort of creative endeavor that will be very rewarding for you to spend your time, but also to invest in. And you may find that this creative endeavor actually can bring in some finances as well. Okay, so your first card here is your higher calling, and we've got the sun there and introspection, which is the hermit card. So I feel this month you're predominantly thinking about your personal development, your spiritual path, your true calling, and your life's purpose. This is a card of really trusting your instincts, and maybe some of you are feeling a little bit at a fork in the road or at a junction in your life where you feel like you have to take a certain road or a certain decision. You will understand what you need to do. You're being called forward to take action in the direction of your dreams and follow your heart. Okay. Also, with your higher calling, this is about using your intuition and developing your spiritual gifts so that you're closer to source or your religion or your beliefs, whatever it is. And for those of you who do not celebrate a religion or a source, then I definitely see that you are almost like rediscovering parts of yourself and connecting to where you feel that you belong. Some of you may also be thinking about your family lineage, your heritage, your ancestry, where you feel you've come from or where you know you've come from, and how it's influenced your life and how to move forward with that rich history behind you. I really feel this is a month of you honoring the ancestors as well. There may be an important birthday from an ancestor who has walked before you. And I definitely get a sense that this person is going to make sure you're aware that they check in on you from time to time. Okay, they do walk by your side. Now, this card really is about your inner calling. Okay, your sense of what is your true north. So some of you may be wondering what's your purpose, or you may be asking the bigger philosophical questions this month about your path and how far you are along on your path. I mean, bar one card, which is the Eight of Swords, you've got so much to look forward to. You've got some wonderful things happening, but there's something worrying you here, okay? So we will check in with that and see what that is. But as we've got the Queen of Wands, this really indicates that you are magnetic, and it's going to be a very passionate, high power month for energy for you, where you're getting stuff done and you're being inspired left, right, and center. With this card, they're actually showing me a whale in the water. They show me a whale. Now, whales spiritually mean that you may be taking a bit of a deep dive into your emotions, but it's also connected to your voice and your emotions and making yourself feel seen and heard in a situation. If you feel that you're being misunderstood in a situation, or you feel that people are not seeing you as you truly are, they definitely are in the month of April. I feel like there is a turnaround in that respect. Also, if you've been feeling unmotivated or a lack of energy and drive, there's something been worrying you or something depleting your energy or draining you of your energy, I feel you're going to cut that out. You're going to identify it and cut it out. Now, this could be something that's physically you're eating that is draining your energy, or it could be a situation. I mean, it could be that you've been burning yourself out, because the Six of Wands is all about ambition. It's about accomplishment and, you always being on the go. So if you feel like you've been spreading yourself thin and you feel that, it's time to take a necessary time out to recharge your batteries, this month will see you do that, and you're going to feel like on a complete high, because you're going to regain that vitality, that spirit, and you're actually going to feel like you're in on the right path, and your confidence is returning as well. Now, this month also, you're going to notice people noticing you a lot, okay? So I feel you are attracting a lot of attention. Now, this could be as you're walking down the sidewalk, you may notice someone noticing you. You've got something about you this month. I mean, you always have, but I feel this time you're noticing it. So watch out for that. Also, I get, if you're looking for love, there's definitely an attraction coming on in here for you. We've got the Four of Wands there, which can indicate you spending time with good people and good company, going out and having fun. I do feel that there is someone that will attract you and you will attract them. But I feel that this person, I feel like they're very, how can I put that? I feel like they're very ambitious, and they actually are very busy. And I feel straight away you'll be like, you know what, if you haven't got time for a relationship, you haven't got time for me, I'm not going to waste my time. But I do see a flirtation here. I do see something a little bit more rewarding coming just after that experience. So you may actually have chemistry or flirtation with somebody, and then you realize, actually, that's not really for me. Straight after that, you meet someone better, someone that you're going to actually have a high level commitment with. So that's if you're looking for a romantic partnership, there's definitely one coming on in. Also, if you are already in a relationship, I definitely see you and your person really remembering what you fell in love with in the first place, rekindling the chemistry, shall we say. And I see you and your person having a quick getaway or going on a retreat somewhere where you just take a break from the norm in order to just recalibrate and get back to best. So if you have been having any difficulties in a relationship and you've been feeling misunderstood or not seen or heard, I definitely get that you and your person have a good old conversation and you enlighten each other as to how you're feeling, so that you can really become aware of the other person's needs. I don't feel it's like you're being taken for granted, but I feel there needs to be an honest, open conversation in this connection. And I feel you resolve an issue, okay? And I feel like you're guided to bring a little bit more spark into your world with this person. Now, the Queen of Wands is really about creative collaborations. So you're going to be very inspired this month. If you're someone who is very creative, there's going to be a lot of ideas this month flowing through that will inspire you to express your passion. I feel like these ideas are going to be noticed. It's time to step into a spotlight and be seen for your creative gifts. I mean, this card really tells me that you're someone who is very talented at what you do. So whether you work in a financial sector, or whether you work in a creative sector, or even a catering sector, whatever it is you do for a living, I feel like you are actually standing out for your natural gifts. But also I feel, people are attracted to you and your personality. You actually have a wonderful charisma about you. But I feel you've been building confidence, because some of you have been a little bit shy. Now, some of you may discover a creative talent that you have this month, a hidden talent or something that's been untapped, that you will actually really investigate a little bit further. And I feel it can bring in a lot of money if you're looking to bring in more finances in your world. Now, I do feel especially if you feel that financially there is a little bit of difficulty. I feel like you may be looking at your spending habits, because they're actually showing me someone going through receipts right now. And I mean, you could be literally listening to this reading and going through receipts and going, oh my gosh, I spent so much money on this. You know, you may have needed these things, but when you tally it all up, you're like, oh, I didn't realize I'd spent so much. I mean, it could mean that you're deciding to be stricter with your budget, or it can mean that you're saving for a large purpose. So you're just really keeping an eye on where your finances go. When you have a Queen of Wands, it does tend to mean that, you know, you may like the best of the best when it comes to purchasing stuff. And that's wonderful, because when you buy something, it's important to, you know, buy something that lasts. But the Queen of Wands tends to be a little bit frivolous with spending. So you may find that perhaps you felt you overspent last month, or you bought something that perhaps was a little bit nice, and you're like, oh, okay, I spent a little bit too much. Don't worry about that. More money is being attracted to you at this time, because the Queen of Wands is actually a card of attracting. Okay, magnetizing something towards you, and you're magnetizing finances. There is money headed in your direction. With the Ten of Pentacles, this indicates mastery of what you do and security financially. Also, I feel some of you are going to gain a little bit more knowledge about your finances, and all your hard work is definitely paying off. The Ten of Pentacles can be a card of really thinking about generational wealth. Okay, trying to set yourself up to be in a very secure position. And these images, I mean, you may see an image of a whale somewhere, which really indicates that you are being noticed for your skills, maybe financially, maybe, you know, I get a sense of being rewarded. So some of you may hear of a promotion or a raise or new income coming in, especially if you're trying to get something new off the ground when it comes to, like, you know, sometimes we take a job that perhaps we're like, okay, this is a good job. It pays the bills. It's not my ideal situation. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. It's bringing in the finances. But I feel like there's something that you're really good at that is a true calling or a gift, an untapped resource that you have. And I feel you will explore it this month. And it actually surprises you by bringing in more money than you expect. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling there as well. This card is, of course, about leaving a legacy and continuity. Sustained effort brings reward. So I definitely see you being rewarded. Whenever you see bees, you know, that tends to mean, you know, being rewarded for hard work. So I definitely get a sense that you have put a lot of effort into your circumstances and you're being rewarded as well. Now, because we do have a Ten of Pentacles here, some of you will be really focusing on your pensions if you're retired, or even if you're not, you'll be keeping an eye on pension situations and your savings, especially since we've had major economic fluctuations in the last couple of weeks or months. And you may be making sure that you protect everything that you worked really hard for. You may even get a really interesting and important piece of advice from someone this month regarding finances and how to protect what you've already worked really hard for. Okay. Also, some of you may think about going into a family business, or you are making sure that the family are secure in whatever it is that you're doing. Now, this part is not going to resonate for everyone, but I just want to give it because it's coming through. Some of you, if you have gone through a bereavement before you've come to this reading, okay, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love out there for you through this difficult time, because some of you may be going through some grief there. You may not want to think about inheritance, but unfortunately, you'll have to go through those cycles in order to sort things out. I feel like things will, you know, I do feel like you will be left some inheritance there. Again, you'd rather have the person rather than the inheritance. I get that totally, but it may be something that you have to deal with this month, and it will be very, very difficult. So I'm sending you lots of love and lots of care and devotion. And the person who has passed is actually with you, and they're giving you inner strength. Okay, they're giving you inner strength. Thanks so much. I'm sure grateful. They're actually giving me they're giving me, okay, I don't really understand the image, but they're just giving me a fork, like, you know, a piece of cutlery, a fork. Now, either you're going to find a fork randomly on the floor somewhere. It could be on the sidewalk or at your work, just randomly on the floor, or perhaps it's in your home and it's like behind a cabinet or something. You're like, what? How did that get there? They're just showing me a fork. So I did not know that. Thank you so much. I'm sure grateful. They're giving me that a fork can mean to seek guidance or receive guidance. If you're at a bit of a crossroads, it also indicates that you'll have a sense of accomplishment using the tools that are at your disposal and that are readily available to you. A tool that you have will bring positive results is what they're giving me. And also, I feel that's for everybody, that message. But the one about someone who's gone through a bereavement, I feel that there's an important message there for you. It may even be a sign, a fork. So please take it as it resonates. If it's personal to you, it may resonate in some way. Because you have the Queen of Wands as well as the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun and the Four of Wands, this really indicates that something that you're really passionate about brings really great news into your life. There is a cause for celebration in the month of April. And we've got the Sun in the resistance position. So this is something you've been waiting for a long time. Now, again, with the Sun in this position, it can indicate that you have been like running on empty. You've been doing a lot. You've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders and you're trying to shine that inner light, but it's been hard. You may have found it's difficult to shine because there's something here that you're worried about. Eight of Swords. It's in the resistance position, which basically means that you, there's a new hope available to you. You liberate yourself from feeling worried about something. You're escaping something that's been negative this month. And I feel if you've been going round in circles and not making progress in some area of your life, there is definitely a shift and a change for a brighter future. This is a month really of an awakening, shall we say, when it comes to spiritual evolution. Also, I feel like a major month of clarity. Things start to feel warmer. Things start to feel more positive this month than they have done for a while. If you've been going through an experience with someone who's been very selfish or egotistical and it's made you very, very sad, this person will actually extend the olive branch and they will actually give you an apology. Okay, I do feel that you are the mature person in this situation or the more spiritually evolved person in this situation. And I feel like they will extend an olive branch and you will let bygones be bygones. But I feel like you've learned a very hard lesson in this experience about valuing yourself and listening to your inner wisdom on the situation as well. Your intuition is key, is what they're giving me. But you're reaching for something brighter, something bigger. You're trying to also, I feel like you're trying to find a way to be a little bit more positive in this crazy world, because I feel, how can I put that? I feel things have been getting you down. That's what I'm feeling. So I just want to pull a card on that. And you're trying not to let anything or anybody get you down, but I feel it's been a bit hard, or you've been a little bit confused in a situation. Some of you, especially with the Sun card and the Higher Calling card, which is basically the Judgment card, you've been feeling a little bit confused on your path and really been asking, am I on the right path? Am I headed in the right direction? The answer is yes. Okay, so for some of you, you've gone through a bereavement. I'm really picking up on this strongly. Okay, this could be a masculine figure in your life. Doesn't have to be, but this was someone that perhaps, this person, this is someone you trusted, you relied on this person, you really loved this person. Of course you did. But I feel this person they leave a legacy, is what they're giving me, and they will live on in your heart as well as by your side energetically. Now, for some of you, you may have been going through some financial difficulty, or there is some sort of business opportunity that you've either felt you missed out on, or you've been feeling it's been very difficult at work. Okay, or you've been feeling perhaps low energy when it comes to your working environment. I feel this will change. Okay, this will heal the situation. This difficult situation will get better. Okay, King of Pentacles indicates that you are really good at what you do and you're attracting perhaps a promotion. So, you know, sometimes, and this is what I'm getting, sometimes when a person is up for promotion, they're almost tested, especially since I got a Six of Swords here for you. It could be that your boss is being extra hard on you because you're being tested to see if you can go the distance and step into a leadership position and if you've got what it takes. And of course you have, but you may have felt it's been really difficult recently and you've really struggled. But that's because they're putting the pressure on to see how you operate under pressure. And of course you will pass all the tests. I mean, it could even be a teacher, could be someone you work with. I feel like you pass the tests and you actually step into a leadership position. Some of you may also be trying to set up your own business and become an entrepreneur, and you've just found it really, really difficult and you've been struggling. But actually in the month of April, especially after the 20th of April, things start to slot into place for you and they start to get a lot easier. And again, the King of Pentacles indicates you are attracting a lot of wealth at this time. This is also a card of ambition. Okay. Now, I'm really getting a sense with the King of Pentacles of protecting your finances. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up for every sign. And I know I've mentioned it briefly, but I feel the message keeps coming up in everybody's reading for April because I feel there are major fluctuations going on economically. They have been showing up in everybody's reading, and I know nobody really wants to think about it, but it is happening. Okay, so I feel some of you may actually get good advice on something financial this month. Five of Pentacles, strength. So again, if you're struggling with finances, I feel like you're getting good advice to help you through a very difficult period. Okay. Now with the Five of Pentacles, I also get a sense that some of you have been a little bit under the weather and you need to take some rest. You need to recharge your batteries because you've been spreading yourself thin, especially if you've been focusing a lot on your projects or on other people and you have not been investing in yourself. That Five of Pentacles tells me that you're feeling a little bit run down, or you may even feel a little bit run down in the month of April, but don't worry, you're wonderful. How can I put that? Your wonderful immune system will take care of it, is what I'm seeing. And good food, of course, good diet, exercise, and things like that. Now, what else am I getting here? I'm getting something else here. I just want to see. I want to just check in with the energy. One moment, please. Okay, they keep showing me that fork. So maybe it's like you're at a fork in the road because it's literally on a sidewalk, the way they're showing it to me. So maybe they're trying to indicate you're at a fork in the road. I mean, that would connect to your Judgment card there. You have to make a major decision, but you may feel that in order to get something better, you have to let go of something that perhaps you've been part of for some time, and it means restructure and change. This change is for the better. This change is for the good. Okay, so I definitely see that happening there for you. Now, some of you may have gone through a divorce or a separation and you are healing at this time. Again, I'm sending you lots of love. They are indicating here that you will grieve the amount that you need to. Of course, nothing I can offer will bring solace to you, but you will find that actually the universe has a better plan for you. The universe has someone else lined up in the wings for you. You may not want that person at this moment in time, but I definitely see a sense of someone who's going to value you in a higher regard is headed in your direction. Someone who's stable, secure, and emotionally available to give you the love that you truly deserve and desire. Now, the Six of Wands, of course, is that card of ambition, and it really connects to your 10th house. But there's something you've thought about giving up on, something that because I get a sense here that you may have felt that either you failed at something or it didn't go in your favor, or you feel that it's been a real struggle and perhaps it's not going to happen. Well, as we move throughout April, you'll be surprised because the Six of Wands indicates success, triumph, good news, and things starting to move in the direction you'd hoped for. You are actually influencing your situation. I would say try as much as possible to reach for the positive in the situation rather than the negative, because sometimes we can change the energy and the outcome based on how we are emitting a frequency. So just be a little bit mindful of that there. Now, with the Six of Wands, again, I'm getting this sense that some of you may have been in a situation where a person or tried to dull your shine. I really feel you're empowered and rediscovering parts of yourself that perhaps you've neglected for a while. But also you're not allowing anyone to put you into a little box or make you the expectation they have of you, if that makes sense, okay? You are not the sum of someone else's expectation. You are a human all by yourself, actually having a wonderful experience in this lifetime to do whatever it is you want to do within the resources that you have. So I definitely see you pushing forward and being successful in an area where you felt perhaps you were not succeeding. And I definitely see some really good news, something you were worried about. They keep giving me this sense of worrying about something. There's some good news that counteracts that, and you're going to reflect on how can I put that? How you're being, it's almost like a situation you thought, no, that can't happen. Suddenly the universe delivers like an opportunity, almost like your prayers are being answered. Okay, it's like against all odds, this thing works out in your favor. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so there is a very positive end to the month for you. If you've been going through difficulty, I feel it all gets resolved. Also, we have as the outcome the Hermit energy. So that is some of you withdrawing to really focus on your projects. Some of you are recharging your batteries, and it's a need to withdraw to focus on your dreams. As you can see, hibernation mode, but there's a dream catcher there. So I feel that something that you're manifesting, you may have to go off grid to really work on it without any distraction. But this card really indicates that you are going through a period of necessary growth. And whilst there are some things happening in the month of April, it really feels more like a spiritual awakening or some sort of revelation about your true north and your true path. I mean, some of you may go traveling. You may actually physically go on a spiritual journey of discovery, or some of you may literally travel on your own to a place. I get a sense of a retreat happening here as well. I get a big sense that a lot of signs are thinking about spiritual retreats or travel that is connected to something more spiritual, because I feel like you're searching for something other, something more tangible, something that, really helps your journey as a human. You're seeing beyond the superficial, or you're seeing beyond the everyday. And I feel collectively everybody's kind of searching for something, and I feel your month of April is really about that search, connecting to the things that really matter to you, like the home space, your family, your journey. And I feel a lot of you are learning to trust your hunches and learn to be more reflective and trust your intuition as well. But I feel this is a big month of enlightenment. Four of Wands sees a happy home space. So if you have been going through any difficulty with your family unit, I definitely see that things are in a more peaceful state of mind. Also, the Four of Wands indicates tranquility, celebration, stability, and a situation working out perfectly. This is like a win situation, almost like if you've been in competition for something, or if you've been trying to accomplish something. This is a very poignant moment where you will see yourself come to some sort of climax in your life. It's almost like if you were up for a test, you pass the test, and then you have to go and get a job, or you go for an interview and you pass the interview, and then the next stage is actually doing the job. So I feel like you're getting like a thumbs up from the universe that you're on the right path. Also, this card is about preparation. You're preparing yourself to win rather than preparing yourself to fail. So I feel like you're also changing your mindset this month as well. Now, some of you this month, you may be really focused, as I said, on the home space, and you may even go into real estate or buy property this month when there is like an economic dip, which is coming. Okay. So some of you may put your money into real estate, or you may be looking at how to safeguard your finances in physical assets, okay, during this time. Some of you may even be deciding to sell your home space and actually move abroad, or maybe move out of town, or go and rent somewhere. Or I definitely see a change in the home space that is for the positive during the month of April. Now, if you're asking if you're secure in a situation, the answer is yes, because they're indicating elevation, but also security as well with this card. I also get a sense of if you've been going off grid recently, or you've been a little bit detached from your friendships, these people are missing you. So you're going to hear from people who really are missing you. They're going to reach out. You may even hear from someone that you haven't heard from in years, okay? Because I see a reunion. Some of you may even get an invitation to a reunion during the next couple of weeks. The universe is encouraging you to go to that reunion, because I feel actually you're going to reconnect with some really great people, but also I feel it could be good for business, but also it could be good for morale as well. If you're looking for love, I also see that you will connect with someone who has held a torch for you for quite some time. Now, the Six of Swords is a card of, a rite of passage. I feel like you have been going through a very turbulent emotional time. And again, I'm sending you lots of love, but they're indicating that this is a time of healing and being redirected to new lands. You're discovering something new about yourself, but also I feel like you're coming into a much calmer cycle where there is reward, there are better opportunities, and I feel like, oh, they're giving me a song with this this card. One moment, please. Now, this song has definitely come up before. I'm not sure if it was for your sign, but it's definitely for somebody's sign out there. I almost want to say it came out last year in a reading, around about August time. It may have even been for Virgo. I'm not sure 100%, but they're giving me, it's very famous. It's by, I think it's Annie Lennox who sings it, but it may be when she was with her band Eurythmics. But anyway, sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Okay, so that's on repeat at the moment. That's what I can hear. So this song may be relevant because it will play in the next 6 weeks. It indicates some really great news that helps you move in the direction that you're hoping to move into. Whether that's a physical move or whether that's a spiritual move, I definitely see celebration, a celebration of self and a reward, a job well done, some sort of success in your world that you will take pleasure from. Some of you, it may be some travel news there. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Now, they just gave me something that's very precise, and it may not resonate for everyone. They're showing me like people boarding an airplane, and you may have booked your seat, but you may be asked to move, and you may be asked to sit on your own, or away from your family, separate from your family. Or the seats are not what you thought they would be, and they were separate from your family. They're just showing me one person sitting. I think it's you. So if you're going on a holiday or a vacation and you're taking a flight, someone may ask you to move. It could be someone who's like, can I sit next to my child? Or, so, I mean, you'll deal with that how you want to deal with that. But I just see someone asking you to move. Okay? Seats. It's so random. I know that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I feel it's about being adaptable. to change. I mean, it could literally be a spiritual nudge to be adaptable to change. It doesn't have to be a physical thing that you will actually do. Six of Swords, though, indicates you're protected and redirected. So if you've experienced any sort of rejection, or you feel something did not go in your favor, you're being guarded from that situation because there may have been an unexpected surprise that was negative, and there's something better on the horizon for you. If you're currently out of work and you're looking for a position, keep trying to be confident. I know it's hard out there. I know, the job market's a little bit unstable at the moment, but actually you're a very attractive candidate and you have all the skills that are needed for a position that is coming in. So you will hear good news about that and you book the job. Okay, so this one is yours, is what they're showing me. You may have to relocate, or it may be out of town, so you may have to travel a little bit further afield. It may be something that you work in a team with, but also your own self-sufficiency is required as well. This month also is about anchoring your emotions and being grounded. Okay, so if there's something you've been worrying about, you're going to see that there was nothing to worry about. That's what I'm seeing here. I feel it's like, phew. Okay, I'm glad I didn't need to worry about that. That worked out in my favor. So whatever it is you've been feeling a little bit anxious about, as I said, you get good news on it. And then you start to reflect on the way you approach situations and how your go-to is, oh my gosh, let's think about the worst case scenario so that I can protect myself. But instead, I feel you may start to think about changing negative self-talk in order to have a call to faith. Okay, you're starting to have faith in a situation. Now I want to pull one more card just to see something. One moment, please. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. It's not that there isn't much happening in April for you. It's more that you are building your confidence in a situation. You are going through a strong period of growth, and you are recognizing how important your family unit are, or your soul tribe are, and the support that you have around you. There is success that surrounds you, but I feel, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, look at that. Thank you so much. Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords literally means the end of anxiety, the end of how can I put that? The end of concern, or the end of worry. And we got the Seven of Swords. Let's go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Double 7, 9, and 10. Okay, so Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords indicates an end of a situation that perhaps you've been worrying about. As I said there, indicates that you've got a new start, a fresh new start. Okay, we've also got a Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords indicates, a lot of people see this as a negative card, but it's a golden card. And anything that is yellow or golden in the tarot is really positive. This figure is literally taking the weaponry in order to find an alternative situation, find an alternative solution to a situation that there's conflict in. He's taking the swords from the army because he doesn't want to fight. He wants to find an alternative way to find a resolution. So this figure is actually has good intentions, but is being misunderstood. So if you feel you have good intentions and you're being misunderstood in a situation, it will be resolved, but it needs work, okay? There will be work that is necessary. With the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, this tells me that you are at a bit of a fork in the road, so maybe that fork is relevant. You have a decision to make, and you're seeking more independence in your life. For those of you, Okay, I'm just picking up an energy, and I'm just going to give it to you like this. Please don't shoot the messenger when I say this. If you're retired, you may feel that sometimes people look at you or treat you in a different way. Like, oh, you're retired, you're delicate, you have nothing going on, or that they don't see you, okay? I feel that that's all going to change from now going forward. So I feel with the Seven of Pentacles there, I feel that you're finding an alternative way to approach a situation so that you can be seen, so that you can be heard. And I feel that you are a force to be reckoned with. And if anyone is talking to you in a very condescending way. I feel like you're going to set them straight, but in a very diplomatic way as well. I mean, I feel like you're going to do that anyway, whether you're retired or not, but I'm really getting a sense of people who are retired saying, I've just retired. My life is not over. I didn't like suddenly become invisible. So I really get a sense that you are being seen and heard in the month of April and beyond, going forward as well. Something that perhaps you've been working really hard to achieve, you may be finding an alternative way to approach it. This is what I was talking about, being adaptable or having the ability to be flexible in a situation. With the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords, I feel like you're definitely cutting out anything that is negative. Anybody who has tried to betray you, or anyone who has tried to hurt you or push your buttons, I feel like you're disconnecting from it. Also, I would say if there's anything you're worried about, don't bury your head in the sand. It will just get worse. 7 of Pentacles says, face it head on. There is a solution that you can find to this situation, and you will resolve it, and everything will find its way to be in a peaceful situation. I feel actually it works out better than you thought, and I feel, you know, it may have been delayed, but there is success here. Okay, you're saved. It's almost like this situation is savable, so don't bury your head in the sand, is what I'm seeing there as well. Now I'm just going to get some final cards. Your reading for April has been very complex because I feel that it's more about your thoughts. It's really about you. Yeah, look at that. Zooming in, spyglass, taking a closer look at who you are, taking a closer look at your situations, really analyzing. And we got one more. They want, ooh, okay, pufferfish. Now, I have to say this because it is coming up. Some people may talk about the way that I shuffle the cards, okay? I'm being given a nudge to, like, release a card, okay? So I'm not, like, throwing them out there. I just want people to realize. Sometimes they just pop out naturally, but I am actually given a nudge to, like, and then it pops out. So I don't know why that's popping up, but someone obviously has like a thought process on the way that I shuffle, and my guys just asked me to address it, so I have. So I just leave that there. That's so random and weird. But anyway, spyglass. Okay, so that is about taking a closer look, but it's also about looking into the future, seeing where you feel like you want to be headed, and making a strategy or a plan to get there. It says zoom in, take a closer look. And if there is someone that you don't trust or a situation that you think is a little bit off, then you will be investigating that further and you will discover the truth. The truth will come to light in the month of April. Now we also have Mermaid. Okay, Mermaid, you know, turns her back on anything that is not emotionally rewarding. And it says here, be careful what you wish for. So that indicates that you are going to achieve a wish or a desire come true in the month of April. As you can see, this figure is being guided by a star, so that indicates clarity, but also the stars are aligning to bring you to the place that you need to be in. You're going to be in the right place at the right time to receive the right opportunities. Also, we've got pufferfish. So that's really about removing anything that's toxic in your situation, whether it's a relationship or a job, or whether it's, you know, a frenemy, whatever it is, I feel like you're removing it. It says, know your limits and your boundaries. Don't burn yourself out. Sometimes when we over worry or we overcommit ourselves to a situation and spread ourselves thin, it's actually very, very negative for our health. So it's important to take self-care. It's important to recognize when you can delegate. Sometimes if you do a lot of heavy lifting in life, you burn yourself out and you just leave yourself exhausted. And, you know, there are people around you who can help, or you can ask for help. So it is important for you to recognize that. But I feel like there's divine intervention for you in the month of April, where something, as I said, that you've been praying for or asking the universe for, is showing up in your world to help you out. Okay, and to really put you in the position that you've been longing to be in. Okay, so I'm just going to close your reading now with a trinket. So we have a tower. Okay, now a tower, it's The Tower is like a prison. It's like prison energy. You go round and round in a circle. You feel like nothing ever changes. It's just the same old thing, a different day. But when you get a Tower, it is about liberating yourself from a very stuck situation. And taking that leap of faith actually helps you make the changes that are necessary to align you with much more positive much more positive energy. This indicates, a positive transformation is on the horizon for you. Also, a Tower energy is about surprise. So there could be like a real eye-opener this month where you catch someone out on a fib, a little white lie, or you catch someone out on a big lie. It can also mean that someone shocks you, or you're shocking somebody in the month of April as well. I'm going to pull a quick card on that because the Tower energy did not show up in your reading, but we've got a Tower. It may literally mean that you're going to visit a Tower in, another country or on a vacation. Eight of Pentacles, working really hard. I feel it's more about your personal discoveries, sudden realizations about yourself. Could be, ancestral wounding or things that you've recognized in your childhood that have really influenced you as a human or an adult, and it has impeded your journey in some way. So you may do a lot of inner healing, a lot of childhood healing, loving that inner child a little bit harder this month. But also the Eight of Pentacles can indicate that you are stuck in a rut, because Eight of Pentacles literally means a work life habit, or if you're retired, it's like you're committing yourself to a habit, a repetitive cycle, and you may feel a little bit bored, or you may feel that you need to bring a little bit more spontaneity into your world. So that Tower represents, coming out of a comfort zone and coming out of that stagnant energy. Also, we've got the key. Okay, and as you can see there's like a rose on that key, which connects to the Death card. So that indicates transformation, eradicating any bad habits or old habits that you have, whether it's food related or, obsessive tendencies, or even a desire for perfectionism, because you've got the Four of Wands there. That can indicate that you have been taking up a lot of energy, overthinking things out of perfectionism, when actually you are awesome at what you do, and you should be really proud of yourself and give yourself the credit that you truly deserve, okay? But I feel doors are unlocking for you this month. I feel like they are spiritual doors. I do feel like there is elevation in career. So if you are in a career sector, but you're leaving it behind because it's been negative, whatever this experience has been, and you're opening yourself up to a much more rewarding situation going forward. And I feel also that it keeps coming up, so I gotta say it. You're also keeping a very close eye on your finances to watch out for any economic fluctuations, okay? So we'll leave it there. I hope something does resonate for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. This month, it seems to be all about soul searching for you and connecting yourself to the right path, okay? So we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.